Long-term effect of xylitol. Studies carried out in Helsinki, Finland, found that in addition to the initial effect of reducing caries for the gum chewing groups, there was a residual caries protection for those in the gum chewing groups when the gum was no longer chewed. The study groups were followed up at 3-year and 5-year intervals post-termination of the gum chewing phase of the study. The xylitol gum chewing group still maintained a significantly lower caries rate than the control groups. And I can tell you at this point that those now have been, the studies have been done at 7 years, and Dr. Makinen, the studies have not yet been published, but Dr. Makinen tells me that they will still show the same low caries rates. This is significant because using the program for a couple of years now seems to protect your teeth from the decay process for a long time. And that's because the xylitol removes the strep mutans bacteria from the mouth. It's very difficult to get infected or reinfected at an older age. Remember, we talked about the infectivity time is younger at those eruption periods, and very, very high rates on newborn children. That's when the process takes place. Okay, these are the references to those previous slides, and you can see those references on the website. Children in the Belize study were examined 5 years after the xylitol gum chewing ended. Teeth that erupted after at least 1 year of xylitol use had impressive reductions in caries risk. Again, we're increasing salivary flow for these newly erupted teeth. Those minerals from the saliva are flowing into the teeth to help mature that enamel, making it harder. At the same time, the xylitol is removing the strep mutans, or the offending bacteria, from causing the dental decay or the decalcification. Why does xylitol work? Again, it's non-cariogenic, does not contribute to the caries process disease, cariostatic, caries do not form in the presence of xylitol. It's anti-cariogenic, caries disease process may be reversed through appropriate exposure to xylitol. It does enhance fluoride treatments if you choose to use the two in combination. The xylitol characteristics review, possible mechanisms of action, reduces the strep mutans, exhibits non-acidogenic characteristics, reduces plaque accumulation, and enhances remineralization. The caries impacted characteristics, again, non-cariogenic, cariostatic, and anti-cariogenic. Points to remember with xylitol. Xylitol tastes good. It's like sugar, except it leaves a nice, cool, refreshing taste in your mouth. It's lower calorie and increased satiety, which will help in weight control. Use xylitol on a regular basis as a substitute. You'll find that you have fewer sweet cravings. Has a lower glycemic index, which provides a steady energy flow. Can replace all or part of your sugar. It's good for your teeth. It prevents tooth decay, prevents ear infections. It was found that the kids that were chewing the gum versus the non-xylitol group had 40% fewer otitis media episodes than the non-chewing group. In the nasopharyngeal passages, xylitol works the same way it does in the oral cavity. It makes the bacteria H. flu and strep pneumo slicky instead of sticky. So by chewing xylitol gum, the xylitol has an effect up through the oral cavity and the soft palate, down the eustachian tubes, and removes those bacteria, thus reducing the ear infections. Can you reduce them even more and easier with xylitol nasal washes that are available by a couple of companies here in the States. Another point I'd like to make in regards to ear infections is that when a xylitol nasal wash is used, you'll have a reduction in ear infections 80 to 85%, and also prevents that repeated ear infection that a lot of the children that are in daycare centers seem to get, the once-a-month ear infections that eventually lead to placement of tubes. Using xylitol may reduce antibiotic use. It also improves calcium absorption, improves gut function, similar to a dietary fiber. And remember that too much, too fast can cause a laxative effect. But it's simply an adjustment. Slow down the usage, your body will adapt. It's also important to know and remember that xylitol or xylose is produced by your body in the pentose shunt of Krebs cycle. So your body is familiar with xylose, and so adding xylitol is nothing foreign to your body, and you actually produce about 12 to 15 grams of xylose per day in your system. Catherine Hayes, DMD, on xylitol. After her extensive studies, she made this statement: "Furthermore, since the evidence suggests a strong caries protective effect, it would be unethical to deprive the subjects of its potential benefits. Given that several of the criteria for causality are met, it is concluded that xylitol can significantly decrease the incidence of dental caries." Quick summary, pictorially, makes it kind of fun. Okay, simply, if you're not using xylitol on a regular basis, the tooth is at risk. The dentist ends up removing that tooth, and the end result is the tooth fairy. Use 100% xylitol products. Don't be fooled by recommending products that only have a small amount of xylitol or added other sweeteners. Xylitol can keep them smiling. Fewer cavities, happy kids. Thank you for your time.